When you're just starting out as a cruiser, how do you figure out what works? Hi, I'm Carolyn Sherlock, and on this episode of the Boat Galley Podcast, I'll share how we figured out the best way to do things. This episode of the Boat Galley Podcast is sponsored by YugoWear. Yugo is the only waterproof floating phone case using dry suit zipper technology. Invest in your safety, because if you don't protect, you can't connect. Your phone is fully functional, and there's plenty of room for your keys, cash, and cards. To get the only dry bag on the market with zero phone fails, visit www.yugowear.com. That's www.yugowear.com and use promo code BG20 for 20% off your order. Yugo, prepare for adventure. One of the common themes for new cruisers is that steep learning curve. Often I'm asked how I learned it all and how I know what I do. Every so often, someone will say something about how I seem to know everything. I try hard not to burst out in laughter. How did I learn what worked? Whether it's repairs and maintenance, storage, provisioning, or anything else on the boat, the answer is usually the same: by doing things wrong at least once. Some things I've managed to screw up multiple times in multiple ways before figuring out what works. I've had some epic troubleshooting sessions. Sometimes I got lucky and someone saw me struggling and told me a better way right off the bat. Sometimes Google was benevolent and quickly gave me an answer. A while back, a friend let me use a story of his deferred maintenance that almost turned into a disaster. I've put that link in the show notes. And then he added this comment to the post: I always wanted to be a cautionary tale when I grew up. Success! That really struck a chord with me. It's actually the essence of the Boat Galley. Passing on all that I've learned the hard way so that others hopefully don't make the same mistakes. I try to explain what went wrong with a technique I've tried or a product I bought when it hasn't quite turned out the way I had hoped. And when I found something that does work well, I want to share that too, just as experienced cruisers shared with us when we started out. I firmly believe that living aboard and cruising keeps us young. Every day we face a new challenge or two, and our brains and bodies stay active. On one hand, the learning curve may frustrate us, but on the other, it does keep our lives interesting. Luckily, it flattens out considerably after the first year. And every time we master a new challenge, there's an undeniable triumph. Keep at it. Just when things seem really tough, you'll have a breakthrough. We all have doubts and screw-ups. Just keep going forward. You can do this. And remember, without challenges, there are no triumphs. Hope you enjoyed listening to the Boat Galley Podcast today. Don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends.